Here's one last quadratic equation that we want to solve by using the quadratic formula. This equation happens to be in standard form, so we're ready to roll. The A coefficient is 2, the B coefficient is 12, the C coefficient is 9. So plugging those values into the formula, x will equal the opposite of b, that's negative 12, plus or minus the square root of the square of b, 12 squared is 144, minus 4 times the a, which is 2, times the c, which is 9. All of that divided by 2 times the a coefficient, which is 2. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 9 is 72. So x equals negative 12 plus or minus the square root of 144 minus 72. Oh, that's 72. And now I need to see, is 72 one of my perfect square numbers? So if I take my calculator, take 72, take the square root, I don't get a whole number answer. 72 is not one of my perfect square numbers. Okay. So that means I want to try to then simplify that radical if I can. So I come over here to the side, I look at the square root of 72. Can I find a perfect square number that's a factor of 72? And actually there are several. And the largest one is 36. 36, if you take the square root of 36, you get the whole number 6. And 36 times 2 makes 72. So I can break apart the square root of 72 into the square root of 36 times the square root of 2. And now I can take the square root of 36, which is 6. Square root sign is gone because I took the square root. So I'm going to replace the square root of 72 in this expression with 6 times the square root of 2. So my x values equal negative 12 plus or minus 6 times the square root of 2, all of that over 4. Now, split apart the fractions and do what simplifying you can do. Negative 12 over 4 would be negative 3. 6 over 4, I'm not going to get a whole number answer, but I can at least reduce that to 3 over 2, can't I? And be careful, don't cancel those 2's. Remember, this 2 is in prison in the radical sign. That 2 is outside of prison. You can't, they can't mix with each other when one's in prison and the other's not. So here are our 2 solutions to that quadratic equation. Negative 3 plus 3 times the square root of 2 over 2. Negative 3 minus 3 times the square root of 2 over 2. If we wanted an approximation for our solutions, we would have to evaluate the square root of 2 and then do the arithmetic with that square root of 2 being replaced with a decimal value. Once again, I used the quadratic formula to solve that quadratic equation. Very powerful formula. Learn to use it. It's one of the best things mathematicians ever invented.